strong, the powerful Monika Jazyk has returned to LifeBlood. Welcome back, Monika.
Thank you so much for having me back. I'm so excited to be here again.
Yeah, excited to have you back on. Monika is a wealth builder. She is the founder of Real Property Investments. They're an organization helping real people build real wealth through real estate. Again, welcome back. Tell us a little bit about your personal life, some more about your work, and why you do what you do.
Well, we are on a mission to educate and empower everyday people to invest like the top 2%. And primarily that is through real estate. And since COVID-19, we have expanded throughout the globe, including the US. We are aiming to help thousands of Americans learn to put finances to the forefront and really give them that education and the support they need to really make a difference in their wealth portfolio. And we've been so excited to be working towards this goal online for almost a year now. I can't believe that this COVID-19 has been over a year now. And we made some amazing people. We formed some amazing real estate teams in the US, and there's so many opportunities in the US for Americans to grow their money in real estate, both actively and passively. And we've been just having a blast meeting some amazing people and really helping Americans. And we cannot wait to go in person, which is our exciting news for September. Kids are back in school. Things are opening up. So we're looking to start meeting in person and really also being able to take it more from an online level to more face-to-face. And they could still have the online, but now we can serve the best of both worlds. So we're so excited for that.
Yeah, I love it. I think we all have our fingers crossed that we can get back to doing in-person kind of things as soon as possible. So I am with you on that. I think that this is it's certainly in a super dynamic time as we're looking at. I kind of suppose everything. The stock market's been hitting all-time highs. Cryptocurrency is doing what it's doing. Real estate certainly seems like there's such interest in it with the rates being low. All that being said, I think that as people are thinking about buying their next home, if that's their first home or if they're looking to buy real estate as some kind of an investment, I wanted to get your take on sort of what you coach people on managing through the process, kind of the intangibles. I'm sure that you're talking to people and they're stressed out. They're afraid of making a bad decision. There's all these other things that are sort of going in. So how do you help people through that process of buying their next piece of real estate?
Well, the number one way we help people is by providing a supportive community. Now, they say 97% of the world's millionaires invest in real estate and only about 6% of the population do. And the reason is although everyone knows real estate is the number one wealth builder, and if you're doing it right, you don't even have to do a lot of it. Like one income property can change your entire wealth plan, but they're scared, and rightfully so. Real estate, unlike stocks or crypto, this is the most expensive purchase that anyone's going to make in their life. And they've already done it with their personal residence. So now to do it with an investment property, it just seems beyond reach. And I remember I felt the same way when we started out. I felt like I had to buy the house next door. I didn't know anything about getting a mortgage. I didn't know anything about leverage. I didn't know anything about investing in different areas. And if I had a supportive community at that time, that's what really would have helped me move forward. So we're really aiming to be there for people and hold their hand by showing them what we've found to work, not by investing with us. I'm not a fund. I don't need to be your JV partner. I don't have a bunch of properties ready for you to buy or anything. We simply share our knowledge and our systems. So there is only one way to really invest in real estate, and we identify the best ways to invest. We have, systems that we've created But then we've also created actual real estate investment models in different areas at different price points that really allow everyone to participate. But they're all in high areas with high economic fundamentals that are going to give people the benefit of real estate investing and really help them meet these financial goals that people are struggling with.
Well, that certainly does make sense. I am obviously I talk a lot about the necessity, the value, the importance of community and having people around you that want you to do well, and talk a lot about reinforce how important it is to be literate, so to have a working understanding of why you're doing it, and then a lot of intention. It's like, okay, let's not go into this sort of, I don't want to say blindly, but without doing a lot of that groundwork, because then you don't know if you're going to be making a good decision. You don't know if, is this a good place to buy real estate? Well, if you just go in with your gut or what your neighbor said or something like that, well, then you're probably not going to have a good experience.
Exactly. And there's so much information out there, but does this information work for you? And that's why we really try to bring it on this personal level and figure out what is it that you're trying to achieve? What can you do? And how can we help you get there? Because most people go at it, they find it's unachievable and don't do anything until the pain becomes too great. And they choose that the pain they're experiencing is greater than the fear that they're feeling. So they just go for it. And good for them. That's amazing. You're better off to do something than to do nothing. But 99.9% of the time, you're going to make a mistake. Like learning in real estate investing is through doing. And doing it all on your own or with hodgepodging information from a variety of different sources together, you're really just going on that hope and prayer strategy. And it is more stressful than it needs to be. All we say is, rather than just going through all that on your own, why not just hear turnkey proven systems with teams of experts in place that are here to do it all for you? Do you need a mortgage? Here's a mortgage specialist. Let's see what you qualify for. Let's create a plan. You need a real estate agent? This is the model that we work together to develop. This is all they do. Are you interested in this? Does this meet your goals? Do you want to know how to buy property? Here's an accountant and a lawyer. Let's make sure you're setting yourself up properly. And these little introductions just stop them from having to really do anything. We like to say we're kind of like a one-stop shop in terms of having all those necessary experts available for you. And they're like, when we are in person, we actually, all our experts come to the events, which is even more amazing because people can get their questions answered live. And it's like, kaboom, like all my problems are solved. I'm not here having to figure out what conditions should be in these offers, or am I buying the right property? How do I know this is going to be a good investment? Is this a good home inspector? How about this property manager? So there's so many different players involved, and we've tried to break this down and help people for different learning styles and what they need. In an ideal world, everyone would join the Real Property Investments family and come on as a member of some sort and work with us to help us nurture things. And there is a lot of information out there, which is why we have different sort of levels of information we provide, from online to in person, and then different coaching levels available. But for some people who are so insistent on doing it on their own, because we're not a how-to organization. So you'll learn what works in your area, or you can learn about different types of properties and different types of models and whatever. But from that A to Z proven system and strategy, because we're not a how-to organization, we have created some really fantastic courses that people can at least learn how to do it on their own. If they're so set on doing it on their own, and some people are, then you can at least get the right information and go from that point. We usually always try to pair the community as part of it, not because we want more money. we really want to help people. And we really want to be that support because we know what it's like to take a course and do it on your own. And real estate investing is beyond a transaction, because after you acquire your transaction, then you have to monitor this transaction as well as grow this transaction, prepare to exit and or repeat the transaction. So I'm huge on having communities and coaches and all that stuff, because I have tons of coaches on anything I want to improve on, and I'm always joining other communities that allow me to grow. So we're always really trying to pair people with the support as well as that education, because we really are on this goal, which is to change the financial literacy and lives of over 1 million people across the globe. And this is in the developed nations primarily. And that really excites me, because once you do those numbers and say 1 million people across the amount of people that live in the developed nations, it's almost 4% of the global population, which really excites me, because we're in this to be game changers and to really help American people, as well as we mainly focus on Americans, Canadians, and Australians, and to really help them overcome the struggles that they're experiencing, but also look at, like, it's exactly what you're doing here, George, looking at finances differently so they can start investing differently and really creating and getting those results from the life that they really want.
I love it. I love it. I think it's super exciting, and certainly is obviously aligned with the work that you mentioned that I'm trying to do. So I think it's great. Why do people resist it? Why do people resist the coaching? Is it that it gets too expensive? They're too prideful? It's all this stuff and more.
You know what it is? Honestly, it's this whole DIY mentality. We're in this, if you don't pay, you don't pay attention. We're in this, like Tony Robbins, for example. You could get all of Tony Robbins stuff for free on YouTube. But is that going to change your life? Or is a 4-day UPW going to change your life? People need to get the experience. We can get the information anywhere. We have tons of free information. You can all go to our website right now and sign up and get motivational emails, informational emails, free webinars. That's great. But it really is taking that extra commitment. And I think when people pay, they know, I really got to do something right now. And so that's the transaction that I think people are really kind of not trustworthy of who they follow. So I really encourage people to do their due diligence. And we have free weekly webinars that I love to do live and with people on, not because we're doing a hard sell, but I really think it's important for people to see if they like their coach. Do you like your coach? Do you like their coaching style? Do you like the way they talk? Do you like the way they present information? Because that's the information they're going to get. What does this coach stand for? You know, is this someone that I would aspire to be with? Is this someone I would learn well from? And from that point, they could really make that commitment. Now, real estate investing education is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We spent over $100,000 on our real estate education. It was crazy. And this was after that whole NLP series of you start in the free hotel room, and then you're in this 3-day event that you pay like $1,000 for. And next thing you know, you're sold the super duper course and you're charging up your credit card limits and you're spending anywhere from $25,000 to $200,000 on these crazy things. The reason why they do that and go through all this sort of thing is because so few of the population invest in real estate because they're so scared. So their buying pool is so small, they have no choice but to target those people and charge this exorbitant amount, and that will help them meet whatever their quotas is. And unfortunately, the results often not good, hence the changing company names consistently, closing shop after a couple of years. We have been players in this industry for over 11 years and have helped thousands of people change their lives. And we've never sold expensive courses, not because we don't have that same value, but because we want people to invest in real estate and use their hard-earned money to put down on real estate properties and not take just a 3-day course and drop 6 figures on a series of 3-day courses. Now, we got great information from those courses, but it was the application that really taught us how to do the investing. And at that point, we had no support. So they teach the information and then leave you on your own, where we said, why not create a community that is more economical for people like you? Our lowest membership, education events, can be as low as $25 a month. And for that, I think that's accessible to everyone. And our coaching packages go up from that point, but they're able, so someone can do a one-time charge on a credit card and it's not going to kill you. So most people, would you agree $6,000 is quite a bit of money?
Yes.
But would you also agree that $6,000 on a card, rather than having someone pay $50 and divvy up on all these different cards, is not going to compromise someone's situation? And as per they claim in the courses, you can always make the money back through the transaction, but you have that commitment from us and you have that support of the community to hold your hand and literally guide you and walk you through every step of the way. So I think that's the big difference. And that's why people are, and sometimes people get talked into it with the NLP from these courses. They might be starstruck by a celebrity face hiding behind it. I know a lot of people who went to the bigger companies and they have a celeb who's behind there, and that's where they want to go, because once again, they relate to that mentor and they've seen them on TV and they want to be that mentor, but they're very disappointed when they don't get the results that that mentor did because they're not taught by that mentor. So that's another common thing that we've really seen. So I think people are just kind of over being sold to. They're over being duped. And it's kind of created this more DIY culture until finally they're ready to really admit, I need a coach. I need someone to hold me accountable and to give me the support I need, and also to stay current. I think that is really important. You want a coach who's still investing, who's still working with other people. And at Real Property Investments, we are a global community and team of wealth experts, not just real estate, it's wealth building. Because we're not trying to reach into that small real estate investor pool and be part of that multi-billion-dollar industry. We're trying to work with financial experts like yourself and be in everyone's investment bank. Everyone, the traditional people who are investing in traditional financial products that don't even know real estate's an option yet, really kind of bring awareness to how and why they need to be investing different and why everyone needs real estate in their portfolio.
I love it. I think that is well said right there, Monika. Well, it's wonderful to have you back on the show. Tell us where people can connect. How can people engage with you? Where can they get involved with the groups and check out the webinars? Give us everything.
Amazing. Visit our website at rpieducation.com and click on our events calendar. And we have some great events that are always going on. And these are a mixture of free webinars. And then we also have information on how to join the community, or if you want to join up on our mailing list and get to know us. We really are an easy group to be involved with because we really want to be kind of part of everyone's wealth journey. And we really need the people to be not talked into something, but excited and be like, wow, like this is fun. I would enjoy that. I'm not overwhelmed by that price. I could incorporate this. I see how this could benefit me. And that's the vibe that we're really going for. And our real goal is to help that 1 million people across the globe.
Wonderful. Well, if you enjoyed this as much as I did, show Monika your appreciation and share today's show with a friend who also appreciates good ideas. Go to rpieducation.com. Again, RPI as in real property investments, education.com. And check out all the great resources, check out the coaching programs, and also go to the events and find one that is of interest and then get started, like Monica's been talking about. Thanks again, Monica.
Thanks so much.
And until next time, keep fighting the good fight. We are all in this together.